It's gonna be put up to the test against Promo, who so far has shown dominance in his game against Colas. I mean, they've had a rough start against Beast and Shen, but now that Promo is now locked in, we'll see what both players are capable of.
And we reminded that this is a pre-recorded match, so we don't know how locked in Promo was in this moment.
Oh yeah, that's true. Now that I realize it.
But now we do know for sure that there is a method to Promo's madness. They always TKI or early TSD on the first round just to test the waters before they 6-3. And I think that's a very interesting strategy. And oh my goodness, the efficiency from Promo! And that's gonna be PC after the zone that's already sending 56! WUMBO sent 63, and that large zone is actually gonna cancel majority of what Promo was sending. Very impressive plays from both players there.
That really just opened the well for WUMBO there, as the WUMBO is now back to being on the offense, and Promo ending up having to force zone here as they're stacking way too high.
The awareness from Promo to realize that zone was forced before they place the piece is insane. Because I feel like against any other player, their hard drop gets sniped and they top out there. And now that's going to leave Promo in a completely clean board state to just completely pile on post pressure onto WUMBO.
Yeah, right now WUMBO is trying to find a quarter zone. They're able to find a quarter zone here, but it's still, I mean, there's still not enough. Able to cancel some of the garbage, but yeah, just
no more overcharge.
Not able to find.
And that is almost 1 APP from Promo. 131 and 130. We've already explained how insane 130 of a stat line is.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it from the last match, and we also seen it against Beast and Shen as well. I mean, like really anything can happen as long as both players are really confident and are at their game.
And Promo is actually forced into a really bad spot here. Luckily for them, they are going to get both eyepieces exactly when they need it. But both players are in a very similar situation material-wise, and this is going to be a simul. The difference here is that Promo does have the advantage of free pressure on WUMBO's side. So, very interested in seeing where the zone interaction is going to lie. Promo did get zone capped by their misdrops though, so it's going to end up pretty even by the end of it. And WUMBO is pretty clean. They have the column 7 garbage. They're allowed to 6-3. And WUMBO's looking for that eyepiece so bad. Unfortunately, they get it later than their T, so they're going to have to take their sequence in an unopportune order. And once again, unopportune timing, they're going to have to take their zone at 3/4, and this will definitely transition. Oh, they're actually literally 100 points off of transitioning. That is amazing for WUMBO.
Yeah, now WUMBO is starting to set up that 4-wide. He's gonna try to put some pressure onto Promo, but now Promo, like, very conveniently has the 4-wide set up for them.
Oh my, we're gonna see a 4-wide duel. Unfortunately for WUMBO, their combo did end up dropping. And Promo's gonna suffer to the same fate. Both players ended up misdropping their initial 4-wide, but WUMBO was able to get the restack. And they're gonna restack it again!
WUMBO is actually confident in this.
When WUMBO gets into that 4-wide looping groove, it's so hard to break him out of that. And WUMBO's gonna do a 14 down stack, and Promo's gonna have the impressive feat of surviving until that horizontal eyepiece placement on the left side gets them killed. But very impressive nonetheless.
I think for WUMBO, I mean, I think the play for WUMBO is that as long as 4-wide is doing him good for pressuring his opponent. I mean, no doubt he's gonna do it again, but I mean, it worked out for him here. It's just, I mean, there's some moments where you may have to break out because either it might not go well or the player already has a consistent stack going, which Promo did have for a little bit. But what the heck is Promo doing?
Promo is cooking. WUMBO currently just has an insane Spire on their side, and that is going to be a big hit to their efficiency, which is going to give Promo a nice chance to possibly take the initial advantage here.
Wait, oh.
I just love the fact that Promo decided it was a good idea to ego check WUMBO on the 4-wide last round. I hope I get to see it again. Wait, okay, Promo had something insane, but they're going for speed over anything else. And we're gonna go into Promo's advantage. And that's going to be a DT coming out from WUMBO in this zone. They're going to be praying that they get this next T-piece in time. Beautiful O-Tuck to make sure they get the cycle. That is going to be the end of their zone. Promo is in that ST-6-3. But that Z-piece misdrop, oh my goodness. The Z-pieces do not like Promo. That's going to put a huge pin in there. Oh no, once again the Z-piece misdrop. Ah, twice in a row.
That's not how you want to go out.
I can't even finish my previous thought before Promo is foiled again by the Z-piece. I think Promo has an arch nemesis.
Yeah, I mean it's like, I mean, it's those moments that, I mean, when you think like there's like something's going on and then you announce it, but then like something else takes place and now it's like just really like is a turn of tides.
Yeah, but both players are pretty clean right now. WUMBO's gonna have to make it down cleanly in order to get to their well, but even still, this is an amazing time to start their zone. They recognize that Promo's gonna be zoning from the bottom, so this is going to be quite the efficiency war. Wonder who's gonna come out on top. Promo is going to break their back-to-back here, but WUMBO's not gonna get max lines. They're gonna be locked to 57 attack. And Promo actually is going to receive a perfect 4. So we're going to be pretty even here despite Promo losing the initial efficiency war. And WUMBO's stack is not looking very good. They are very dependent on what they need. But they bail out of just about everything there at an amazing time. What a decision. Promo's still dealing with misdrops. But WUMBO's zone is going to give Promo plenty of time.
Oh, WUMBO has her potential.
Promo being a high-speed player, I doubt that they really care too much about the zoneless transition, because they know that they're going to be able to get max lines even with the reduced time. So that's exactly what happens there. And given the circumstance, they are in a pretty decent spot.
And Promo is
sometimes
really
you kind of have to be glad to not be dead.
Yeah, and Promo's literally just on phase about this. Wait.
And Promo is starting that mutually assured destruction, counting to 4 whenever they can, trying to send things to WUMBO, but WUMBO's aware! The screen watch and the wait, the second that Promo sends their material, WUMBO is able to tank and send, and that's gonna seal Promo's fate. It is not often you see screen watching at this level. Most of the time, it's just players trying to overwhelm with all of their might. But that was an amazing screen peek from WUMBO there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm really lost of what just happened there. I mean,
Promo, no!
Wait. No,
okay, this is phase 1, so they're not going to have to worry too much about their zone charge.
Yeah.
Even still, that's going to be sending a good 33 to WUMBO, which is going to force the zone anyway. It's not a chase, it's force, which means WUMBO can definitely rebound in phase 2. And WUMBO's going to send 50 over. But Promo's going to be allowed to tank all of it. It's just going to be a matter of if they can access their material in time. Promo is so comfortable at the top, and you'll love to see it. WUMBO equally as comfortable at the top. Did you see them there?
Yeah, it's a moment that happened before. I mean, WUMBO knowing how they manage the top. I mean, they're really not unfazed of what's happening. They'll do it when they feel comfortable in it here.
And WUMBO is threatening an extremely efficient transition, and that's going to be sending 57 over to Promo plus post pressure. But Promo is getting a few micro combos, had curve potential, but unfortunately the time just wasn't allowed. And WUMBO's completely clean in that 2-7 stack. Promo's going to have to struggle to find efficiency this high in the board. And with the lack of IRS, WUMBO is going to secure the top out and get match point. Gonna see the 6-3 from both players. Promo is going to make it to their well first. Both actually at pretty similar times. One was trying to do some pattern stacking, but unfortunately are stuck in the fossil fuel stacking of 8-1. So they're not able to maintain
that PC. WUMBO finds that PC there. Puts significant garbage on Promo. But given Promo already has a clean stack, I mean, I don't think it's not going to matter too much.
As cool as the PC style plates are, that just gave Promo so much clean to work with. Look how much damage is on WUMBO's side right now. That's a full screen spike without the zone. And now Promo is in the pattern stack that they love. And they're threatening a very efficient counter attack.
Yeah, I mean, WUMBO already has ST stack going for them to try and mitigate that damage, and they're able to tank it and get down just fine. Showing how well
Promo, they didn't break max that entire zone. And we are going to see the transition.
I mean, it just
max lines. And WUMBO's gonna send 63. That's a very meaty attack, and immediately going into the 4-wide when they find the opportunity. And that's not what you want to see as Promo, but it's not even necessary. The damage is just too great initially. And at almost 1 APP, WUMBO takes the set.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes to show. I mean, we've seen like a lot of WUMBO. I mean,